disrespectful to other people, and where are we
Well,
bringing up hate?
the main issue is that when you are in a position of power, when you put your people at power, that's when everybody starts to think that's a threat to them and their um entire economy or anything that's helping them function within this lifestyle, within this physical plane of this world. But you can look around America. Anybody can call themselves American, but there's all sorts of Americans. There's Asians coming here, setting up their own community. You have people from Poland, Scotland, it, it Italy, Napoleon, and people from Greek, Rome's, and people who are Africanos, and other people from Africa getting set up their own communities here. But you have um, Mexicans coming here from the south of the border to come here. They're Mexican American. Then you have people from uh, what you call it, from the islands Pacifics. They can come in any nations that they've had a constitution that automatically protects them, that protects their birthright. Yet we're the only people here who doesn't have that stuff together, and that's what I've tried to get that through the get that through the mindset of our people collectively, so we won't end up in the exact same cycle over and over again. But one thing we need to do is break that cycle is with um, collecting the family oral traditions, keeping it close to you so nobody will take that from you. Because we've been exploited since birth. Our estates have been stolen. Our people's which sovereign citizenship is being stolen.
Everything.
Everything's been stolen,
So
and
I mean,
we're trusting a government that doesn't have our back and doesn't have our best interest. But I'll be the first person to tell you that I have family members that work for them, but yet that doesn't necessarily mean I'm gonna go out there and work for a corporation, but yet turn right around and sell out your own community just so I can get this in my hand. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to take the real money. I take the silver, I take the coins that's made out of gold, and put it out there and to build up your economy. Not try to make it inflation, not trying to make it float, make it go down. Excuse me. You see what I'm saying?
right. I think what's going on is when you people are very threatened. I think people are very scared. They're scared because if you teach a person who's been lost, you talk a group of people that's been lost over 400 years of loss, and if you teach them that they had some meaning, they had some meaning to this land, that some of these people were not just slaves, and that they were greater than just slaves. I think people, why wouldn't you want black people, or so-called black people, because they're not black, but why wouldn't you want dark-skinned people to know about their history, and not just the history that was taught in school? Because see, everything that was taught in school doesn't mean it was true to it. So I want to. Why would you want them to feel good about themselves instead of going out here killing each other? Learn some truth about themselves. Learn some love about themselves. This ain't about hating other groups of people. This is about uplifting
It's
a
not.
people that lost. So I don't understand why people so mad when people are uplifting a people that's been lost, that's been told all along that they're criminals, that's been told that that they won't amount to anything in America, that the history is just slaves. Why? What is wrong when people come together and they uplift a people and tell them that you're more than just that? That your people were great, your ancestors were great. So I don't understand that. I'm not against. I'm not when people say we need to come together and all this. I don't have no problem with coming together with people who want to come together for the better good. But the racism and the hatred with people that they don't know, it's a sad thing. It's a sad
It
thing when we got
definitely
people
is.
out here based on the color of our skin. They hate me because of the color of my skin. I don't hate you because of the color of your skin. So why we can agree to disagree, but why do you get a problem with brothers like this brother and myself talking about we were tied to this lane? Why do you have a problem with us saying that?
Yeah, it's the information that we're putting out there. It's really starting to make a shift, and it's ripping, and it's starting to cut out and kill that diaspora thing that's been completely completely been in the mythology this whole time, that we keep thinking that we're a similar people to another people, but actually we're not. But the people that's had a has had a main really grip to us is the so-called African people over there. But when we tell them, hey, we're not the same people, that's it's cool. Once we find out that, everything will be all right.
Yeah, and
You got people
we
over
never
there
we
telling you
never
straight up like, hey, you not from here. You're not West African and all this other stuff. Like, I don't have no ancestors that's tied to your people. The saying that we were in bondage, enslaved, and got taken from another continent and got taken to another. It's just made up fantasies,
but let's be
literally.
honest. Let's be honest, brother. That narrative is the reason why certain blacks blame white people. And if what you have to understand is this: all these lies, all you telling you're making things up, saying white people, you giving them so much credit, saying that they enslaved, that they took us from another land. And I don't believe that we should be blaming white
Uh,
people. I don't
yeah,
believe
it's
we should be blaming white people because they've been lied
you
to.
gotta blame everybody
White
else that's
people
been
have been lied
involved
to.
with it too, because not all of them were involved in it. That's the main problem that we don't seem to address. That's number one, because
Not all
that
white people
European,
are
yeah,
bad
because that
people.
European did not come here and just rob you and I and our people by themselves. They had a lot of help coming here because we got a lot of these little dirty black Europeans, them dirty Africans, and a lot of these skin folk calling themselves kinfolk, but that's not the case. These dirty black folk and these dirty Indians too, that's been exploiting our community too. That's in the Aborigine collective. That's they a lot of that group is still working with the crackers today to keep us down in fighting amongst each other.
Yeah, and I agree with the brother right down here that's talking a lot of things that have been told. Um, the people that's really, it's not just the white people. The white people is not the problem. You have Mexican people who are mad at us for some reason. We don't have nothing. We're not angry with Mexican people. I don't know why they hate us. I don't know why they're against us. And you have African people who really don't want to connect with us. So when we say that we are not them, people got a problem. And I just don't understand that. Um, you know, um, I want people to understand that no disrespect to none of these people. No disrespect to none of them. And I want you to understand that Africa would have came back and got their own people. You don't see the African government when police brutality that happens in America. You don't see them stand up for us because they
Uh-uh.
know
No.
color. The color of your skin does not make you kinfolks.
Nope, it don't, because they don't, because the Africans when they meet us, it it's it's really when you meet them, it's like you may look similar to them, but at the same time, they're in a whole different other bloodline than you are. That's what people don't understand.
I never understand the fact that we don't have no problems. I got all respect for Mexican culture. Mexicans are beautiful people. They got beautiful culture. I just want to understand why they hate us, why they have something against us, and that goes for certain Africans, that certain all people. Because, like I said, at the end of the day, all you guys are beautiful people. I want y'all to understand that every creation of man and woman are beautiful. There's not everybody got something that they can give to this land, they can give to the world. Everybody is beautiful. So I don't understand the problem they have with a person like me or you who only talking about uplifting our people. Not saying we better than nobody. We're just uplifting our
No,
people.
that's not what you've been saying. Let's hold on one second. You're excuse me. Mexicans are rooted in Spanish Europeanism. They have racism at their root of their culture. I mean, to a certain extent, but not the ones who look like you and me. But if you're talking about the mestizo population over there in Old Mexico, um, six over 60% of them are are an ag mixture of those people who came from Eurasia.
What I want to understand, and I'm gonna ask you, brother, that when you look at the globe and you look at the planet, you're gonna tell me that dark complexion people only come from West Africa. They only come from Africa. And you're gonna tell me that dark complexion people don't come from that they're not spread it all across the universe. That they only come from one sector. That's what you're gonna tell me. Okay? So we you gotta understand who's been teaching us these theories. When you gotta understand that when you look at the ships, the boats that came here, there's only one that actually made it here. And that was the one that was in Alabama. Okay, so when we sit here and talk about slaves coming here, they should have been way more than what you think. You got to understand that people, our people, that human people are everywhere. Human people are everywhere. The narratives that we all come from Africa, I disagree. That one time that I believe that when you look at Florida, you look at Louisiana, when you look at Louisiana, you look at Florida, you look at all the other cities, you look at how it's a puzzle. And you look at how all these countries, you look at the pieces of Haiti, you see these countries out there and just spread it out. I believe that all these lands were connected. I believe all lands were connected at one time. That's just what I believe. I believe that all people was able to trade with people. Some people can go with the African narrative and they can fight all day long about Africa, 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 Africa. If that's your people, if that's somebody that you're from, they would have came back and got you, brother.
Right.
They're not going to just
Exactly.
leave their brothers and sisters in America being captured. Some of you guys, it's just funny that you believe in that narrative. That some of our people,
Yeah, you're right.
that all
Because
of us come from
I have
slaves.
yet to hear I have yet to hear
You
from
don't see
one
no
person from
Africans.
Nigeria or
Yes,
Ghana or Sierra Leone or the Congo or anywhere in any of them places that they saying that they're from your from everybody that calling himself a uh ally when really they're just colonialists try to tell you your history, but really all of them are nothing more than just agents working for somebody else. If the people over there were really looking for us, they would have been found you by now. They I have yet I've yet to see any records from the 1900s, the 1800s, the 1700s. Where were they? We were still over here when the ships and the navigators first got over here that denationalized millions of North American Indians, even the people of in the South of Latin speaking people, took their indigenous customs away and then made the caste system and then put them there to be under the color of law that completely like um, confused us and made us colonized in a sense.
African African brothers and sisters, I'm not gonna say all of them, but let's just be honest. They come here to get their education. Most Africans come here to get their educations. They told not to talk to American blacks. They have been told multiple times not to talk to American blacks. They have been told that we are wicked, that not to follow us. If these are truly our ancestors and truly our brothers and sisters, why you would think that we would have a connection with these people? Don't you got to understand that a lot of you guys are going based on feelings and emotions. And we have to understand that these people have no connections to us that's here. You have to understand that when you talk about the American people, the American blacks that live here in America, that have a rich heritage in music, the Africans follow the American culture. You see the Africans, they follow the uh the black Americans that are here. They want to be more like us than we want to be more like them. That's crazy.
Mm.
And yet they don't really respect us. And yet they don't really want it to have no meaning to us. They connect us off. They don't have no meaning to us. And it's just the bottom line. And people could say we're delusional. People, you have a right to your opinion, but you tell me when Africa coming to get your behind. Tell me when Africa has came and gotten you from
I'm
America
still
and
waiting
came
too.
back and helped your
So,
people who have been getting slaughtered here in America. You tell me that.
hey, can you make me a moderator on here?
Oh yes, I definitely will. Hold on one second.
I'm about to get these trolls up out of here because we ain't got time for that.
I thought you was a moderator already. Where do I go at for you to do this? Oh, co-host. I'm gonna just do see co-host. What's your name under?
Admiral Abdullah.
I gotta find you. All right, here you go. Let's see. All right, you a moderator now, and that's what they do. We supposed to be in America, and we supposed to be able to have free speech, but you really don't have free speech because people don't respect your mind. They don't respect the things that you say, and that's just what it is. We say that this is America. We have our right to have our opinions. We have our right to say what we want. But yet we got people who come into your platform and get upset in your platform. You don't have to be here if you don't like what we're saying. That's the whole point of view. You don't have to be here, but you don't have to be disrespectful. We're not being
Uh-uh.
disrespectful. We're not cursing you out. We're not being disrespectful to anybody. You don't have to like it. You don't have to like what we're saying. But you ought to grow up. Some of you guys got to grow up and understand that it's a matter of opinions. Opinions like assholes. Everybody got an opinion. But there's a thing called facts too. And we bring in facts. And some of you guys just don't like people to have their own mind, don't like people to have their own opinion. You can say what you want, but people are not coming on your platform and saying things to you. It's crazy. You
Hmm.
guys got to get better in this world, man. They got to get better. We're not preaching any hate towards any people. This young man is on my platform. He's not talking no disrespect. We're not disrespecting any nation of people. All nations of people are beautiful. Everybody. So just, if you don't like what we're saying, take it somewhere else. And I don't know how much I'm repeating. You saying what exactly are you saying? What are if you're not listening and you can't comprehend what we're saying, I'm sorry for you. What we're saying is all people of color are not foreigners. That's all we're saying. All people of color are not foreigners. That's all we're
Yep.
saying.
Every last one of them that has their bloodline tied to this land, their traces is back here.